Hello my dear students, welcome to one more amazing session from Infinity Land. This is Suresh, Faculty of Chemistry. आज हम चर्चा करने वाला है chemical kinetics में Arrhenius equation, which is very important and definitely you can expect a question from this Arrhenius equation. And this equation has some mathematical derivations and you don't have to worry. I will make it sure, I can guarantee you at the end of the session 4 marks will be yours in your pocket. So hope you all can hear me, can see me. Just give me a thumbs up and fire emoji in the chat box. Hello Betu, how are you? Radhe Radhe. And Muhammad, yeah. Yes, Betu, you're not there in the previous class. Please like the session, everybody. And those who are online, please like the session. And I strongly recommend, if this is NEET Nirman series, I recommend the students to attend the classes on a regular basis. So when you have the regular basis, in the Nirman series, we are delivering the lectures on the concept based, so that total NEET examination preparation is on us. So take a pen and paper and write the noteworthy points so that you can do the best. Right, Betu? And if you are not able to attend on the live session, please attend the classes on the recorded version even. And if you still have any doubt, you can use the comment box, you can ask a doubt so that we can have a discussion there itself. Anyways, this Nirman series is going to provide you the sessions online on YouTube platform for free of cost. So you need not have to go anywhere, you need not have to pay anything. You can simply sit at home and you can do the best NEET preparation at home. What do you say? Betu, are you getting better in chemistry? You are attending the classes on the regular basis with us. What do you say, Betu? Right. Well, fine, dear students, before going for the session in details, I just have a couple of promotional slides so that let us see here. This is Infinity Learn by Chaitanya Academy. We are launching Atreya program. This launched long ago and I'll discuss about this. So what is this Atreya program? India's most powerful NEET repeaters program. So we will transform your status from I didn't do to I will do it. Crack your NEET by Infinity Learn Sri Chaitanya Academy Atreya program, which is P square CB. So you are unwell in the previous days. I know that. How you are doing in chemistry, Betu? And what about this P square CB program? In this P square CB, so physics twice a day and chemistry and biology. Why this so? I'll tell you, if you see the NEET 2025, let it be 2024, whatever, physics is one of the difficult subject for you. Arey beta, not only for you, for all the students preparing for your NEET examination. So we want to come across with this analysis and we will take the physics difficulty on us and we make a scientifically designed program, P square CB program. This P square CB program emphasizes the double practice program and also more concept clarity on the physics with the short tricks and tips with an expert faculty. So that I can guarantee you, after this Atreya program, physics is going to be not a difficult topic or a subject. It is going to be as smooth as your chemistry and biology. What do you say? Yes. Very good. And this program, Atreya, and let us see the details about the program. And here, batch commitment started from May 23rd. So a batch started long ago. Still, you can do this. If you enroll in this program, you can be joined every week. A new batch is being launched so that you can enroll there. And Monday to Saturday ka class hoga. Sunday ko chutti hai. So in the Sunday you can do the assessment and you can go for the test and you can go for the previous year questions kind of thing. So rigorous preparation for the NEET is always required. And also every day 3 classes will be there and each class is going to be 90 minutes, 1 hour 30 minutes. And in that 3 classes, 2 concept class and 1 practice session. You see, I said this Atreya program is scientifically designed. Hai na? So usme we will be giving a concept as well as a practice and you won't have that great pressure, tremendous pressure on you. So in the coaching industry, morning 6 to night 10 o'clock. So आप सोचने का कुछ जगह नहीं देते. Hi, Ram Dat. Hi, how are you? So please like the button everybody. Muhammad Yahya, and you can see classes per week, there are 18 classes per week, and this is very important, double practice class for physics, which makes the students to be very clear on what you are doing. So concept delivery from our side and practice make by the student in our presence. So it is going to be an outstanding. And also you see here, there will be 465 live interactive sessions by expert faculty, Ramdat, and there will be 240 DPPs. Among these 240 DPPs, you see the collection of questions that are there in the DPPs will be in the range of NEET examination. So when you see the exam, you will be having the same kind of questions in the exam itself, right? And also dedicated practice classes. And you see the ratio, 460 live classes by the expert faculty and 120 hours for the practice classes, so that concept delivery as well as practice is happening in the same. To be excel in the NEET examination, practice is also important. Practice will be with us, है ना? That is a super awesome thing. And after class, every time you sit in the class, write your own notes, so you need not, ऐसे झंझट नहीं है. And at the end of the session, you will be having the session PDF form automatically will be given to you. And also, last but not least, batch size for the practice is going to be 20 to 25. How it is? Yes, it is going to be super awesome. So in the coaching industry, in the online, you may be given a batch where hundreds of students will be there. So you will be one among the 100. So that you have a less chance of discussing with the faculty. But here, amazing thing, 20 to 25 max, the students are going to sit along with the faculty. So you will be having a direct interaction with the faculty. So the faculty is going to deliver the lectures in such a way that customized doubt resolutions will be there. Ramdat, do you like this? And if you do practice like this, definitely you will be improvising the grip on the subject. And double practice classes for the physics. So what not? And while a description box, the link is available, and click it and enroll into that. And also coverage of total 11th to 12th syllabus hoga beta. So koi problem nahi. And also one more important thing, in India, we are Sri Chanya Academy going to search of bright talents. For that, in the search of bright talent, we are offering a score examination. Every year in this 2025 score, India's largest scholarship examination. Why this is India's largest scholarship examination? It is a super awesome opportunity for the students. Any student from grade 3 to 11 are eligible to write this score examination. Depending upon your grade, the paper and examination schedules are going to be changed. So 3 to 5 and 6 to 8, 8 to 10 and 11th standard ko alag examination pattern hoga. And link is there in the description box. You can click it and go through that. And you see here 2.5 crore cash rewards. Array, 2.5 crore cash rewards, direct cash rewards, segment of cash rewards will be given to you, Betu. And 350 crore worth of scholarships will be given in the entire scholarship program. And also, have you ever dreamed to go to NASA space shuttle program? Yes, NASA trips are also there for the deserved student, bacho. So you simply write the score examination nicely and try to get this chance, and your NASA trip is on us. And very good students and batch of students will be segregated here, and it is taken as a cream, and those taken a privilege for the visit for the NASA trip, you need not have to pay anything for us. So we only give it. And exciting gadgets like tablets, like laptops will be given, which can improvise your better learning experience. And also up to 100% scholarships are available based on the various courses that is given by Sri Chaitanya. And you know, this scholarship examination score is conducted twice, that is September 28 and October 12. For the September 28 examination, you can enroll till September 26. For October 12th examination, you can enroll up to October 10. So this examination can be online or offline, that you can opt it. Okay, if you want to write this online, you can go to the nearest Sri Chaitanya Academy and you can write the examination. And also you can be a student of Sri Chaitanya, you can be a student of any other government or private schools, still you are eligible to write this core examination. There is no biased way. Okay, the best, good and the best. Those students, don't miss this shot. So score examination link is there in the description box, in the pinned messages. Everybody can click and write the best. And last but not least, I just want to introduce you something about NEET test series. What is this NEET test series? You ask, you want to go into dream medical college? Yes, congratulations, all the best. And by the time you can see many students cracked NEET examination, you are about to crack, isn't it? So you ask any student who become a topper. The topper always says he prepared well just like you. What makes the difference between the topper and you? And the topper prepared well sincerely, and also they check their assessment and how they are doing. Arey Ashok Gaming, good afternoon, morning. Okay, so please like the session, please like the session who are online. So if you ask any topper, they say they prepared well and they have taken a test series. So why this test series? This test series can improvise your preparation abilities. Like, you know, whenever you prepare for any examination, it is required to know what is your improvement areas and what is your strengths and everything. So for that you need a proper assessment platform, that is Infinity Learn NEET test series, ultimate key to NEET success. Okay, so that NEET test series is segregated into 11th, 12th and repeater package. So depending upon your standard and the class you do, you can purchase this, and link is available in the description box and you can go through that. And when you just fill the details, you apply YouTube 30 off. This is a test series, is not free, it is a nominal charges, and if you apply the YouTube 30 off, 30% discount is going to be automatically given. So it is going to be a golden opportunity. So what are the important things that I can give you about this test series, Bacho? And based on the latest NTA examination pattern. So it is upgraded version prepared by the NEET expert faculties, who produced the All India first rank, right? These faculties are made this so that you can do the best. And also you will be having simulation of the real-time taking experience. So once you do this test series, you will be having everything, and you have the simulation as if you are in the NEET examination. What is the benefit of this? Simple, once you are rigorously do this, when you are in the real-time NEET examination, you can see most of the questions are nearly correlated with the test series you did it. So automatically your dream medical college is on the way, right? So Ashok, how are you? Ramdas and Betu. So shall we start the class about the Arrhenius equation? Ready? Fantastic. So effect of temperature on the chemical reaction is explained on the basis of Arrhenius equation. And you know the various factors that influence the rate of a reaction. Can you mention in the chat box if you know what are the factors that can be? Yes, ready, Betu. What are the factors you know? Like nature of reactant, catalyst, and the order, concentration, and the last one is temperature. Most of the cases, as the temperature increases, rate of a reaction is going to be increased. And how much temperature is increased, and what is the increase in the rate of a reaction? Yes, rate of a reaction can be measured on the basis of a rate constant. So rate constant or a specific rate constant is a merely measure of the speed of a reaction. The magnitude of the rate constant can tell you what is the speed of the reaction. Yes, Bacho, I am going to tell you in a simplest way, because in the Arrhenius equation you have a lot of mathematical skill. So don't worry, this mathematical things I am going to make it in a simplest form because you are a NEET student, right, Bacho? Let us see here, the temperature dependence of a rate of a reaction is explained on the basis of the Arrhenius equation. You don't have to derive with this because you are going to write the multiple option questions, Bacho. Here, A is a frequency factor or Arrhenius constant. Okay, what is the frequency factor? So actually the chemical reaction takes place when molecules are going to make a collision with a proper orientation. That is the basis of the collision theory, right? Hi Mayank, Ram, Mayank Chauhan, Kaisa Bachcha, and please like the session. So when the collisions are making, the old bonds present in the reactant species are broken and the new bonds in the product has to be formed. So all these collisions are going to give the product, may or may not. Yes, definitely all the collisions do not make a product. So the collisions which give the product are called effective collisions. So the criteria to give the effective collision is the colliding molecules should have minimum certain energy, that is called threshold energy, and the collision molecules, colliding molecules should have a proper orientation, and these two criteria should be simultaneously matched, that is called an effective collision. So the number of collisions that are taking place in a meter cube of the reactant per second is called as a frequency factor, and EA is called activation energy. And what is the activation energy? When a reactant gives rise to product, R stands for reactant and P stands for the product. And when you see here, the energy, potential energy versus reaction progress, simple thing, potential energy versus reaction progress, you are going to see a graph, reactant ka molecule kitna hai, and when you take something in a test tube, you will not give the product, you have to heat it a little bit. Why you are heating? So reactant ka energy badhte jata hai, so that it is going to increase its energy. When it is increasing its energy, it reaches its maximum value. Whenever it is reaching its maximum value and the old bonds present in the reactant is about to break, is going to break, and the new bonds in the product is going to be formed. So that is going to form a product, hai na? So this is the simplest version of the graph. You all like it, Mayank, Shahan and Betu, Ashok, fine, that's good. So the maximum energy that has to go, then only reactant is given rise to the product, that is called threshold energy. TE is called a threshold energy. How does affect the rate of a reaction according to the Arrhenius reaction? Tyro beta, I am going to tell you that, Mayank Chauhan, just give me 2 minutes, I am going to tell you here. And to reach this threshold energy, you need to supply some amount of energy from your side, and that is called activation energy. That is called activation energy. समझ में आ रहा है क्या? And this energy of the reactant and energy of the product, ये दोनों का बीच में आता है heat of the reaction, enthalpy of reaction. So EA is called activation energy. Are you getting or not? So I just want to say, the activation energy, every reaction will have its own activation energy. So let us say activation energy of a reaction is this much, activation energy of another reaction is this much. So the reaction which has less amount of activation energy is going to proceed faster, okay, and this amount of energy is lost by this reactant to transform into the product. This is called as exothermic reaction. so that is going to be negative, that is going to be negative exothermic reaction. अगर endothermic reaction होगा तो ये ग्राफ का स्ट्रक्चर कैसे होगा? That is going to be here, you see, energy, potential energy and the reaction coordinate. Mayank Chauhan, hope you're understanding, and it is going to be like this. So this is the reactant and the product का energy reactant से ज़्यादा होगा तो endothermic reaction होगा, and this is going to be activation energy. So this is your threshold energy and this is going to be activation energy. Got it? And this is going to be enthalpy of reaction. This is called endothermic process का है. By looking at the graph, you can say whether the reaction is exothermic or endothermic. Ready? So Mayank Chauhan, you understand. And what is this threshold energy? Threshold energy is the one which is a minimum energy, so that is required to reach the reactant into the product. Okay, the reactant has to touch that energy ताकि ये reactant product बना सकते है ना बेटा? Mayank, you asked a doubt. I think I clarified your doubt. Clear? That's fine. And ये थ्रेशोल्ड एनर्जी पहुंचने के लिए आप बाहर से कुछ एनर्जी देने वाला है. आपके जितने एनर्जी आप दे रहे हो रिएक्टेंट को थ्रेशोल्ड एनर्जी पहुंचने के लिए, दैट इज कॉल्ड एक्टिवेशन एनर्जी. जिस रिएक्शन को कम एक्टिवेशन एनर्जी, ऐसे रिएक्शन जल्दी पहुंचाएगा, एंड सच रिएक्शंस आर गोइंग टू बी फास्टर, राइट? And what is the relation between activation energy and temperature? That is the question of Mayank. Yes, that is going to be very simple. It is given as ln K equal to minus EA by RT plus ln A. Actually, this is given as a K is equal to A exponent of EA by RT. Exponent of EA by RT. Hi Rifat, Sajid Rifat, TE and EA is the same. No. TE is threshold energy. So I want to explain this again. Many of the students has the confusion here. Mayank and Rifat, you please like the session. TE is the value where a reactant, value of the energy, where a reactant has to reach there. Then only the reactant can become a product. That amount of energy is called threshold energy, right? That is called threshold energy. Any doubt? So to reach the threshold energy, reactant molecules has to be heated or given some energy. That is called activation energy. Okay, activation energy and the threshold energy are not same. So you want to throw something to the other side, you have to throw as a projectile till some high level, so then only it can reach that target. Okay, so that height is called as threshold value. Sajid, Rifat, fine. And to reach that threshold height, you need to throw by some energy, that is called activation energy. So in chemistry, the activation energy is given by simply taking the reactant molecule in a test tube and you heat it on a burner, Bunsen burner, right? So that is called activation energy you are giving by heating. Activation energy means you are giving, and threshold energy, that it has to go to that level, then only it can convert into the product. At threshold energy, वो energy state में क्या होगा? ये reactant का जो older bond है ना, पुराना bond है, and पुराना bond, the old bonds are broken and the new bonds are going to be established at that level. So you are going to see a state of transition state. What is the meaning of a transition state? So when a reactant is converted into the product, okay, so there will be a state in the transformation of the reactant to the product. The reactant molecule has to break its old bonds and the new bonds has to be established. And in that, there will be a situation old bonds are not completely broken and new bonds are not completely formed. That situation is called as a transition state. Okay, so ऑर्गेनिक केमिस्ट्री में ऐसे बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है बेटा, केमिकल काइनेटिक्स के में भी. ओके, एंड व्हेन यू सी व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन बेतु, व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन ए ट्रांजिशन स्टेट एंड इंटरमीडिएट, ऑर्गेनिक केमिस्ट्री में बहुत काम आएगा वाला बेतु. So what is the basic difference between intermediate reaction intermediate and transition state? आप जैसे SN1 SN2 में देखा है ना. Okay, Ramdat and Ashok and Betu, Mayank Chauhan and Rifat, everybody can take participation in the question. So what is the intermediate? Like जैसे आपको कार्बोकैटायन है, कार्बन फ्री रेडिकल है, कार्बोएनायन is there in the organic chemistry. These are all the reaction intermediate. SN1 में देखा है ना कार्बोकैटायन, हाँ, and SN2 में देखा a transition state है ना. and दोनों का अंतर क्या? The term, two different terminology, intermediate and a transition state. Okay, intermediate is the one which is formed by when old bonds are completely broken and a carbocation or maybe something like carbanion free radical is formed. So the bond is completely broken, the one which is formed is intermediate. So intermediate is actually formed, you can isolate it also. Okay, while the transition state is a state where old bonds are not completely broken and new bonds are not completely formed. Array Rahul, no other, please maintain the chart diagram, no other things. Okay, transition state is the one, the state or a situation where the old bonds are not completely broken and the new bonds are not completely formed. So that is called transition state. उसमें कुछ charge नहीं होगा and for every one intermediate to two transition states will be there, right? Betu, you understand? Where you see this transition state? SN2 में देखा. Where you see the intermediate? SN1 में देखा. So anyways, in this formation, K is equal to rate constant, A is equal to Arrhenius factor, E exponent EA by RT. EA is a activation energy beta and R is a gas constant, here is a temperature. Okay, so here what is the relation between K and the temperature? So K value exponentially increases as the temperature increases, and this is written in the natural logarithm form. ln K is equal to EA by RT plus ln A, or otherwise you can also say ln K ln A minus EA by RT, ऐसे भी लिख सकते हैं. You see, this kind of mathematical modifications are required when you go ahead with this NEET examination. Now you can see, you can also see better plotting log K versus 1 by T. So what I do, log K, so log K, so logarithm to the basis base 10 of K is equal to log A minus EA by 2.303 RT, right? You understand this? So you are going to get a straight line. Can you observe this equation? Plotting log K versus 1 by T. What we written in the previous slide? Log K is equal to log A. So let me write this. Log K is equal to log A minus EA by 2.303 RT, right? Simply you can write this also. Log K is equal to log A minus EA by 2.303 R into 1 by T. This expression मेरे को लग रहा है y is equal to, here you can see y is equal to mx plus c, right? So you are going to see a graph. Okay, so that is going to be log k 1 by t. You are going to get a straight line. The slope is going to be minus EA by 2.303 R. So 2 EA by 2.303 R. Betu, average rate, instantaneous rate. Array, you already completed that. In the previous class, you can see Betu. Betu, in the previous class, we have already completed. And what is the importance of this? You see, slope is going to be minus EA by 2.303 R. So in the examination, slope will be given directly. You will be asked to calculate activation energy. NEET examination, directly you can use this. And what is this? This is also the same. थोड़ा सा doubt है ना, पहले ये आने दो. We'll complete this and we can go with that if time provides. Betu? Fine. Now we have, let us see, again K is equal to ln K is equal to ln A minus EA by 2 RT. It is a natural logarithm. Yeah, side, Rifat. Sir, in the previous slide, when the base is 10, it is called as a common log, but you said that log is a natural log. This is a natural log. This is a logarithm to the base 10. Now, is that okay? Rifat? Hope you understood? Clear? Any doubt? This is a natural log. You can also say ln k, log exponent k. So you can say this is also called as ln k is equal to ln A minus EA by R into 1 by T. The same, it is equal to y is equal to mx plus c. So it is going to y is equal to ln k is given and 1 by T is given on the x-axis. You are going to get a slope minus EA by R. But logarithm to the base 10k is going to be important when you go ahead with the numericals. You understand? Any doubt? Any doubt? Yes. So let us see effect of temperature and rate of chemical reaction. In that, you have logarithm to the base 10 of k is equal to logarithm to the base 10 of A minus EA by 2.303 R into 1 by T, right? So ln A is equal to 2.303 into log A. You understand, in the mathematics, that is the conversion. That is the reason why you just multiply with the 2.303. Now at temperature T1, the same expression is given as ln K1 is equal to EA by RT1 ln A, that is equation 1. At temperature T2, ln K2 is equal to EA by RT2 ln A, and you subtract equation 1 and equation 2, equation 2 minus equation 1. Log A minus B is equal to log A by B, right? So that log K2 ln K2 by K1 आएगा आपको. K1, K2 are the values of rate constant at temperature T1 and T2 respectively. So you subtract it. So you need not have to derive it, and just want to let you know what is the derivation exactly mean for it. Okay, and you can just see ln K2 minus ln K1 is equal to EA upon RT1 minus EA upon RT2. ln A is going to be cancelled when you subtract it. Both R is going to be same. So ln K2 by K1, EA by R, I just want to take it as a common. So it is of 1 by T1 minus 1 by T2 मिलेगा. And you can say log K2 by K1 is equal to EA by 2.303 R. So natural logarithm is converted into logarithm to the base 10. So Rifat, hope you are understanding then. It is going to be 1 by T1 minus 1 by T2. And you can say log K2 by K1 is equal to EA by 2.303 or T2 minus T1 upon T1 T2. This particular equation can help you a lot. Even in the CBSE textbook, there are certain questions based on this. In the previous NEET examination also, based on these questions are being asked several times. So you all focus this, and K1, K2 will be given. At T1, T2, you will be asked to calculate EA, activation energy calculation is very important. From the Arrhenius equation, slope will be given, you are asked to calculate activation energy, and K1, K2 and T1, T2 will be given, you are asked to calculate activation energy. There are two ways to calculate it. And what is the value of R? Betu, what is the value of R? R value जैसे क्वेश्चंस करने के वक्त में 8.314 जॉल केल्विन इनवर्स एंड मोल इनवर्स लेना है. Are you getting or not? This is very important. Okay. If you have any doubts, Rafat, please ask us. Please ask us. Waiting for your questions, bachcho. Waiting for your questions. Right. Moving ahead, effect of temperature. Now you have see the Maxwell-Boltzmann molecular distribution curves. And of course, you just see the graph is given at two temperatures. So is this graph is clearly visible? This is about the number of molecules having certain kinetic energy. And this is the fraction of molecules. This is the T1 temperature. Maxwell-Boltzmann molecular distribution curve says, if you draw a graph between the fraction of molecule, that is called N by N naught, and the kinetic energy, it is going to be, according to kinetic molecular theory, it is going to be up and down. It is going to be up and down. So it never tends to zero. It is never zero, but it is tends to zero, as kinetic energy is directly proportional to absolute temperature, right? So as the temperature increases, what will happen now? As temperature T1 is given as temperature T2. So T2 is greater than T1. As temperature increases, graph become flat, and the fraction of molecule with higher kinetic energy is going to be increased. So I just want to say here, K is equal to Arrhenius factor exponent minus EA by RT. This is the actual Arrhenius equation. And in that, log K2 by K1 is equal to EA by 2.303 R of 1 by T1 minus 1 by T2. And this always you take the T2 is greater than T1, and you take this particular expression and you can calculate the activation energy. But I will tell you, in the numerical it will be given. The rate becomes doubles when the temperature is raised from 25 degrees centigrade to 35 degrees centigrade. So T1 is 25 degrees centigrade, T2 is 35 degrees centigrade. And K2 by K1 is double, na? So K2 by K1 is equal to 2. K2 by K1 is equal to 2. Here the problem comes from the student side is, it is T1 25 is given, you convert into Kelvin. T2 35 is given, you convert into Kelvin. Then only you can solve the numerical. Directly put these values in the CG centigrade, na, you are going to get a blunder answer. You always use in the entire chemistry, you use Kelvin scale. There is no bargain in that. Fine. Now you can see temperature quotient. As I said, when the temperature is raised from 25 to 35, rate is doubled. In most of the cases, when the temperature is increased by 10 degrees, most of the chemical reactions speed is going to be doubled. Yeah, K is changing. K is rate constant, beta. K is rate constant. I said double, na. K1 is 1, K2 is going to be 2. So rate is doubled. Log K2 by K1 is equal to 2. Got it? Fine. And it is expressed in terms of temperature quotient. In this temperature quotient, bacho, the ratio of the specific rate measured temperature differ by 10 degrees centigrade is called temperature quotient of the reaction. That is indicated by mu. Okay. And the temperature quotient is normally 2 for the most of the reactions, or some reactions it is going to be 3 in some reactions. So this is given as, and collision theory is also very important. So what is a collision theory? Yes, it is perfect. Collision theory was developed by Max Strauss, William Lewis in 1916 to 1918. So chemistry में इस तरह भी पढ़ाई चल रही है आपको. Yes. So actually what I want to say here, when a chemical reaction is taking place, reaction molecules has to make a collision among these. So the reacting species is always in the random zigzag motion. In the random zigzag motion, they make a collisions, and these collisions are perfectly elastic according to kinetic molecular theory, kinetic theory of gases. And of course, this collision theory is only applicable for bimolecular reactions, bacho. What are bimolecular reactions? Only 2 reactant molecules are involved in this. If it is more than bimolecular, this theory is not able to explain. I don't say it won't work. Okay, it has its limitation. So these reactant molecules are going to make a collision. When this reactant molecule making a collision, it is going to make a collision, elastic collision, so that reactant molecule gives rise to the product. No, every collision do not give rise to the product. Some reaction, some collision gives rise to the product. Some reactions do not give rise to the product. Those collisions gives rise to the product are called effective collisions. Those collisions do not give the product are called ineffective collisions. Often, sir, when you will take the classes of chapter electrochemistry of Faraday's law, okay, we'll do on the Tuesday. Ready? Muhammad Afan. First, you like the session right now. So I want to see that you liked the session, right? Okay. So whenever you want to know something from us, you please let us know. So you want me to take on Tuesday? Is that okay? If you are okay, I am going to schedule right now. Faraday's laws of electrolysis and quantitative, yes, quantitative things on Faraday's laws. So locked. So next Tuesday live session में Faraday's laws लेना चाहता हूँ मैं. तैयार हो? Get ready for that. Okay. So when these reactant molecules are making a collision, they are going to be transformed into the product, provided that these collisions should have to meet 2 criteria. One criteria is the colliding molecule should have minimum certain energy, that is called threshold energy, and also the colliding molecule should make a collision with a proper orientation. So these 2 points has to be simultaneously followed. Then only reactant will be transformed into the product. मैं क्या बोलना चाहता हूँ? So according to this theory, the reactant molecules are assumed to be hard, tiny spheres, and the reaction is postulated according to when the molecule make a collision to each other. And the number of collisions per second per unit volume, per second unit volume में meter cube लेना है. The reaction mixture is called collision frequency. Reaction frequency, collision frequency in the range of 10 to the power exponents. So another factor which affects the rate of chemical reaction is activation energy. Okay, so moving ahead, collision theory. So for a bimolecular elementary reaction, A plus B gives rise to the product. And rate of reaction can be expressed, rate is equal to ZAB exponent A by RT, where ZAB is the Arrhenius factor that we already seen as A. It is also called as a frequency factor. So those collisions which make a product is called effective collision. To make this effective collision, two factors are required. One is energy factor, another one is orientation factor, direction factor. You just see in the collision theory, formation of methanol you can see. So methyl bromide OH is going to make a collision to give rise to methanol. So it is an SN2 reaction, organic chemistry. So physical chemistry में organic भी चल रहे हैं. Now we can see these collisions are making a collision in this way. If it collide in this way, so improper orientation, so it cannot make a product. If it make a collision at the carbon, it is going to form a transition state, gives a product, right? And you just watch, see, this is going to be super important. I want to say nitric oxide and ozone. When this nitric oxide and ozone, this is a nitrogen, this is your nitrogen, and this is your oxygen, 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 oxygen. If they make a collision and this make the collision has no use and they are going to separate apart, this will not give the product. When this nitrogen and oxygen and they are oriented, nitrogen oxygen is in contact, in this collision gives rise to nitric oxide. This gives rise to the effective collision, gives rise to the product. Are you getting or not? When this is happening, so this is the effective collision, and N and O, and it is making a collision, it is going to give, say, nitrogen dioxide, right? So the direction of the molecule collision demand what product has to be formed. Are you getting or not? This is going to be a super awesome slide that can give a visual demonstration of how the reactant is going to be transformed into the product. And this logical oriented questions are very important in the NEET examination. आजकल NEET examination में इतना numerical नहीं आ रहा है. NEET examination में आपको numericals कम आ रहे हैं, and orientations and object model questions and logic oriented questions are coming. So to crack that type of questions, it is important to learn all these things. Bacho, right? Any doubt? Now collision theory. So this is explained. Effect of catalyst. What is the meaning of a catalyst? Catalyst is the substance which enhances which increases the rate of a chemical reaction without being participated in it. And why catalyst is going to take care of that? So catalyst is going to increase the rate of a reaction, where it select an alternative pathway where it has a less activation energy. So it provides easier way to react, and it provides a pathway where lower activation energy is seen and still makes the same product. And these are the important points, and enzymes are biological catalysts, you know that, and highly specific. You are all biology students, you know the specificity of these reaction, biochemical reactions that are used in enzymology is there now. And also you can see effect of catalyst. So potential energy and the reaction coordinate, you just see this is the uncatalyzed reaction pathway, and the activation energy for this uncatalyzed reaction pathway is given this one. and this is the catalyzed reaction pathway. This is the catalyzed reaction pathway, bachcho. It is going to give you less activation energy. So I said the reactions that are having a lesser activation energy is going to participate with more effectively, right? So that the reaction is going to be very important, and you will be asking a question based on these graphs as well, right? And any doubt as far as this? Muhammad Afan, Rifat, Betu, right? And also catalysts are the one way to lower the energy of activation for the particular reaction by altering the pathway of the reaction. मैं क्या बोलना चाहता हूँ, catalyst is going to take an alternative pathway so that it has lesser activation energy, so that you have the faster rate of a reaction. So it is very, very, very important. Okay, and the catalysts actually do not participate in reaction. Catalysts are highly specific, and the catalyst actually do not initiate the reaction, and the catalyst is going to catalyze the reactions where delta G for the reaction is negative. Catalyst catalyzes only spontaneous reactions, for not spontaneous reaction. Catalyst is going to catalyze both forward reaction as well as a backward reaction with the same effect, same speed. So these are the various things we need to know about the catalyst. Okay, lower the activation energy allows the reaction to proceed the faster. Okay, and this is about the Arrhenius theory and the collision theory, effect of catalyst and activation energy, threshold energy, everything. Dear students, if you have any doubts, you please ask us. We are done for today. So, bachcho, we will meet with more stuff in the Tuesday's class. We will talk about this Faraday's laws of electrolysis, as Muhammad Afan is requested for us. Okay, great. So, I am done from my side, my dear students. So, signing off from my side. Please like the session, share with your friends, subscribe to Infinity Learn NEET YouTube channel, so that you will be having all updates on what sessions are going to take. So in every session we are going to talk about the crisp and clear picture about all the concepts in the NEET examination. Thank you. Signing off, Suresh, Faculty of Chemistry. Say bye bye. Please like the session. Okay. Bye bye. Thank you.